What's up, YouTube? Just wanted to give a word here. Just like I've said in the past 30 videos, pretty well compared to before on my channel. There's a lot of things that are unnatural that go overlooked by most of the world and always have, and I gave centuries of evidence on this channel. I will say this, I think it's pretty interesting because, here's the thing that not everybody notices, which is that this is really the pinnacle, I could say, of describing this phenomena. It's because it's led me to doing this. I've been finding better ways to describe my observations based on my previous theories as I got smarter throughout the course of the years of running this channel, as I said, for a long time. This is I found a very, very interesting thing that I actually think kind of like incorporates all of my arguments into a great summary, very fast, very convenient, and I think that it can convince a lot of people. Because like I told you, there's a lot of factors in my videos to consider. Because like I have all the evidence. It's just that the way people approach it is always the wrong way, like the Three Stooges, like Tom and Jerry, in such a fashion, in insanity. They're always approaching it the wrong angle. But there's always somebody who knows it and telling them, but it's like beyond their ability to notice. But look, I'll tell you this right now. This is something you should know. It's not much to say, but it is definitely scary. More scary than anything else. Just like most of the discoveries on my channel are more scary than anything else. Okay, so here's the thing, right? It turns out that I'll tell you right now, here's something you should think about. The sheer amount of things that are unnatural in the environment are a reflection of the sheer amount of things that were unnatural in general in past generations, because the present environment is a product of the environment of the past generations. And so here's what you should notice about this. How can we physically notice easily what is unnatural physically and unnatural in like in a religious sense, a spiritual sense, because it matches the same way pretty easily. There is a dead giveaway. I'll tell you what it is, and it's the fact that if you just look around you, or even just look at a picture of the globe on a map, if you go to Google Maps, for instance, you'll see this phenomena all the time. And it's not a coincidence. It's the fact that all the things that you see that are unnatural would just make it harder for there to not have been all the major authorities of the world that are genius to not be more mentally ill than I am, okay? Significantly more. And you can see it based on the things you're seeing in the environment. And the authorities not only have admitted this is how physics works, but other reputable sources have admitted it. And I've talked about this since the start of my channel, okay? But again, the format in which I describe this phenomena is a major factor in how the audience might understand it, or be able to keep up to realize it. But yeah, I'd say I'll show you on Google Map. Well, no, I'll just show you a diagram of the Earth, of course. So yeah, I mean, it's like what's unnatural. You go by all the things I've taught on my channel. It's really very simple logic. You know, again, unnatural is the opposite of natural. It's supernatural, and it's you know, it's an exaggeration of the natural. And it's like but like, you know, that's the thing. Like, you can see all these variations and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see all these differences, and you can see all these combinations and changes and the traces of these things. But that's all signs of the unnatural, because unnatural means change, whereas natural is more about the resistance to change than the unnatural. So that's a dead giveaway. And ask yourself how much change in regards to that sort of stuff that I just said, how much of that would you attribute to the major genius authorities of the world compared to me, from what I've shown of myself on this channel? You know, I mean, I'd say it's a lot more, obviously, and you can even see it on the map. If you don't believe all the centuries of evidence I've given prior, you can just look on the map, because, you know, I've said this before, the map of the world has so much to do with the things I've said and shown. It's nothing's a coincidence, because everything's connected. It's connected on the planet on which we're even talking about this, thinking about this on. But yeah, I tell you, this is pretty clear as day evidence that I'm smarter than the rich genius authorities. And one more thing that's even staggering, I would say, about the notion that I'm not smarter. It's just incredibly stupid, in my opinion, held by the majority of geniuses I've met, but not all of them, that somehow I'm dumber, is the fact that they have less compassion, okay? Even though, even in the start of my channel and way before it, people have already admitted compassion is a form of intelligence, okay? It's like, sorry, just ignore that. So, compassion is a form of intelligence. So you mean to tell me, I want you to make this make sense for me. So on top of everything else I said, everything else I've shown, and that everybody else shown ever in history, that I brought up or not, on top of the fact that I brought this up anyway, and everybody else did, you still want to say that I'm the one that's dumber? Like, are you serious?